Hello again, and welcome back to Illegally Cited. This is Jesse, and I am back for another assistive technology spotlight video. This is not a mobile app, but it is still very, very cool. We are taking a look at the just released Be My Eyes app for Windows, and it is available through the Windows Store. So you just open your Windows 10 or 11 store, search for Be My Eyes, go download it. It is free. And I've used it a little bit so far. And I think it's a great start. I think there are some things that I would like to see it be able to add that would make it even cooler. And we'll talk about that toward the end of the video. But for now, I do have it running. And I do have NVDA running because it needs that for it to be able to speak. Now, that would be one thing where I guess I'll start out with a suggestion. Like I'm using a screen reader, of course, to have it read the output of it. But when I tried it in a game the other day, and again, if I'm playing a game where I'm using keyboard and mouse especially, I don't like to have a screen reader running, especially if the game doesn't natively support a screen reader. But you need it running in order for it to describe. One thing, especially since it's on Windows, we know that Windows has like the narrator and speech API built in, so other apps can use the narrator voices or the Windows voices. I think it would be cool to have, just like on iOS, there are some apps where, hell, I think even like Envision does it. I think Seeing AI does it. I can't remember if Be My Eyes does it or not. Where, let's say I had voiceover turned off, it would just use its own voice. Like in the iOS's case, it would probably use Samantha, or unless you told it to use something else under the general speech thing under accessibility settings. So it would be cool to have, if you were using a screen reader, sure, use whatever voice you're using for that. But if you have your screen reader turned off, I think it would be really nice to let it still speak when you issue the command or commands that you can issue, which we'll go through in a minute. The other suggestion, or the other thing that I'm sort of wondering, as we start going through keyboard shortcuts here, there's a couple potential conflicts that may come up. One in particular that I immediately saw and thought of. So I opened up Be My Eyes, and it just sits here. It's this window, and it's using my dark theme, which is great. If you are low vision, I like the dark blue, or I like the blue of the buttons up on the top section there. I'm wondering if I'm wondering if the text could be a little bit more bold, or maybe even the text could be white. I would go through and check like a contrast. Those contrast analytic tools that can make sure that the contrast is good enough for that. So having it bolder text or bigger, or even, like I said, you have a dark blue, which is great. I'm not sure if it would be easier to see with a dark or a white. But with that shade of blue, I don't know. I'm thinking light might be easier. But I would do a contrast, maybe play with the colors on that a little bit. The buttons down here are fine. Those are great. And if I use magnifier, yeah, it's fine. So all I have to do is, when I'm in the program, I can tab through buttons.
Take picture using built-in camera. Describe my screen under settings tab 2 of 2 level 1.
So we have a settings up here, and all there is log out. There's nothing really under settings just yet that I saw. When you do install this, you do have to create an account or log in if you already have one. So I'm there.
Describe my screen undefined. Shortcut
so we
Control
have
plus Alt plus H. Button.
So Control Alt H. That will let you just basically take a screenshot of whatever you're looking at and describe it. Very handy. Especially, I could see this being very handy in games, but we'll get there in a minute.
Take picture using built-in camera. Shortcut Control plus Alt plus J. button.
So there's your Alt Control J. Anyone else might want to take a stab at what that might conflict with? Alt Control J. A lot of people might be JAWS users, and that could get in the way. I mean, I get what they're doing. They're going because the other keys are K and L, so they're just basically, putting them all right in a row. Alt Control H J K L. Unless you switch to instead of Alt Control having it being, I don't know, Alt Windows or something. But you might have a conflict there if you're running Be My Eyes and JAWS, like it'll try to run JAWS again or something. So
describe picture from File Explorer. Shortcut Control plus Alt plus K button.
So describe a picture from File Explorer. I don't think I really have. No, I do. I know where I can find some files. I know where I can do an image. I was going to say, do I have any? I don't think I do, but yes, I do.
Describe clipboard undefined. Shortcut Control plus Alt plus L.
Now, describe clipboard. This is really cool, but here's a feature where I'd love to see it expand. Because with all this AI stuff, right now, all it can describe is it can describe a picture that's in the clipboard. So this is how I've been using it to, and I'll show you a couple of examples. I'll demo a couple here, but this is where you can have an image from social media or on a website or on an email, those types of things. The same things that you do on iOS. I use Be My Eyes on Twitter on my phone a fair bit because a lot of people will put textual things in a graphic because of Twitter's limited character length for posts. Or I might get something on a website I want to look at, or even emails. I get a couple local business emails, and they like to send out deals and stuff. That's great, but they're just paper flyers. I mean, they just slap a picture of the flyer or a picture that's graphic-y, flyer-esque that I can't read. And so if I want to read it, I just run it through Be My Eyes. And so I can do that on my computer. But one thing that I would love to see is if I were to copy a document, if I just selected a document, let's say I opened up a big old 20-page Word document and I copied it. And then I could analyze the clipboard and it could summarize it for me, and then I could ask follow-up questions. That would be great. Same thing with images. If I shift tab,
describe picture from File Explorer.
Describe picture. One thing that I would also love to see, because this would be a free tool, is maybe just expand it to
describe picture from File Explorer.
So describe picture from file. Maybe just add another one that just says describe file. Let me throw whatever at it. It could be a PDF, it could be a Word document, it could be, like I said, especially PDF files. People love to make those stupid image PDF files, and I can run them through VoiceStream Scanner on my phone. I can run them through VoiceStream Scanner is the main one I use these days. But I would love to be able to, because JAWS has their, OCR, the convenient OCR feature. But again, you're still having to pay either the subscription or the regular, big chunk of change in SMA for Pro. I would love to be able to just run it through a PDF file, do OCR on it, and then be able to copy that text and paste it, dump it into a Word document and make it accessible. That would be a huge win because this is a free program. So those are some initial suggestions that I have just reading through these 4 options, because that's what we've got. We have
describe my screen undefined.
Describe my
Shortcut
screen.
Control, take picture using built-in camera.
Take my
Shortcut
picture
Control.
or take picture. So if I have a webcam, I don't have mine hooked up at the moment, but if I did, I could do that. I'm not going to do that in this video.
Describe picture from File Explorer.
Describe
Shortcut
picture.
Control
Yes,
plus
we
Alt
can
plus
do
K.
that.
Describe clipboard undefined.
And
Shortcut
describe
Control plus Alt
clipboard.
plus L.
So let's do each one of these. let's start by,
Steam.
let's describe my screen. So I switched over to a Steam window, and I'm going to hit Alt Control H.
Be my eyes. Be my eyes. Please wait. Be my eye is writing a message.
Okay.
The image shows the Steam application open on a Windows PC. The game Escape from Zombie Town is selected in the library. Here are some details. The game is installed locally. The play button is prominently displayed. The game does not support controllers, as indicated by a message on the right side. Recent activity shows that the user played Escape from Zombie Town for the first time yesterday and added it to their wish list on May 10th. There is a small update or patch note labeled Update 1. No screenshots have been taken yet, and there is an option to take a screenshot by pressing F12 while in-game. There are no visible issues or unusual parts in the image. If you need help with anything specific, please let me know.
So just like the mobile version of Be My Eyes, I can ask it a follow-up question.
Does this game support cloud saves? Please wait. Be My Eye is writing a message. Yes, the game Escape from Zombie Town supports cloud saves. This is indicated by the cloud status section, which shows up to date next to the play button.
Very cool. And don't worry, I'll be doing a video on Escape from Zombie Town. I haven't recorded it yet, but I will within the next probably couple of days. So expect a video for Escape from Zombie Town in the near future. And I'm wondering if the patch addressed one of the weirdest things I've ever seen in a first-person shooter. But I'll talk about that in the video. But that was a pretty cool thing. Now, I wonder.
List, your image 1 of 4.
Let me see.
The image shows the Steam application open on a Windows PC.
I'm wondering.
The game Escape from Zombie Town is selected in the. Does this game support cloud saves? The image shows the Steam app.
I wonder if I can do a. Can I do a select all? No, I can't.
Does this game? The image shows the Steam app.
But could I do a Control C.
Untitled, Notepad.
Nope.
HTTPS, blank.
So that would be another thing. I'm glad that I can go back and review it, but I don't know that I can copy the text. I mean, I can arrow up and down through my conversation, which is excellent.
The image shows the Steam application open on a Windows PC.
But I think it should be, they should allow for a Control C here.
Does this game support cloud saves? Yes. The game.
And I think there should be like a way to select all, so you can just dump the whole conversation into another document if I so choose. That would be another improvement I would like to see. But yeah, that's very, very cool. So I've used it to describe my Steam window. Now let's head over to
Steam Vikings official team website. Vikings.
All right, so I've got a Vikings page up here because I'm
no thanks. No thanks button.
You and your pop-ups. Okay. So I'm going to cheat because I want to keep this video rolling. But you know, you can hit your Shift F10 or your application key. I'm going to land on an image.
Menu select
and I'm going to right click on an image.
Open link in new tab T. Open link. Create QR. Save link as. Copy link address. Open image in new tab. Save image at. Copy image Y9 of 14.
Copy Vikings image. And now it's in my clipboard, so I can hit Alt Control L.
Be My Eye. Please wait. Be My Eye is writing a message.
So it pasted it into Be My Eyes.
The image shows a group of American football players during a practice session. They are wearing purple helmets and a mix of white and purple jerseys. The player in the foreground, wearing a white jersey with the number 47, is running and appears to be in the middle of a drill. Other players and a coach are visible in the background, some wearing purple jerseys with numbers like 20 and 41. The setting appears to be an outdoor field with green grass and some trees in the background.
Okay.
What team is this? Please wait. Be My Eye is writing a message.
See if it'll recognize their logos on there.
The team in the image appears to be the Minnesota Vikings,
yeah,
based on the purple and white color scheme of their uniforms and helmets. The Minnesota Vikings are an NFL team known for these colors.
That's right. Skull, baby. All right. So yeah, we got a description of an image on a web page, and so that is an easy way that you can, if you run across an image on a website, hell, even if you come across let's say you get a button, like an image button or something, and you can't tell what it is, just application on it or a Shift F10, copy image to the clipboard, and then if you have Be My Eyes running, just do a Control Alt L, and maybe it'll give you a hint as to what these unlabeled graphic-y navigation buttons are. So there's one example, or another example. Let's switch to another
Vikings official
program that I
Steam
have
column 3,
queued
2,
up.
home/x,
Yeah,
personal,
I actually prepared for this video. What a concept. So I've
posted,
opened up my X application, my Twitter. I still
image,
call it Twitter, and you're not going to change my mind.
grok,
I've
image,
got another image here. It's got some image, but it's got a bunch of text on it. I have
blank
no idea what
context,
it is.
10, menu, button, link 3, button book, menu button, out of group, clickable link agent, link at powered beat tech, link 38
What?
minutes, menu button collapse sub
Hold
menu more,
on.
copy link 07 of 20, open image, save image as, copy image, 2, home/,
Copy
be my eyes, be
image.
my,
Oh, and
2,
then I
2,
can do Alt
home/x,
Control
be my eye,
L.
please wait, be my eye is writing a message.
Wait, I said copy
The image shows a group of
image.
American football players.
Hang on.
2, home/x, image, linked. Save link, copy link, open image, save image, copy image Y10 of 2,
Copy
home/x document,
image.
menu, be my, please wait, be my
There
eye
we
is
go.
writing a
I was going to
message.
say this worked yesterday. I don't know why that didn't work before.
The image is a promotional graphic for a game called Die in the Dungeon Origins. The top part of the image features the game's title in large, bold letters with a stylized die replacing the O in Origins. Next to the title is a
cool.
cartoonish character that looks like a frog wielding 2 knives, set against a colorful, dungeon-like background. Below the image, there is a description of the game. Fight your way through a mysterious dungeon in this deck-building, turn-based roguelike game where you don't use
Not my
cards,
kind of
but
game,
dice. Deal with enemies by combining dice on your board,
okay.
use their effects with. There is also a review summary indicating that 99% of the 173 user reviews in the last 30 days are positive. The overall review ratings are shown as overwhelmingly positive with 173 recent reviews and 2,101 total reviews.
So I got a lot of information out of that description. I mean, I know it's a game that I'm not potentially very interested in. I'm not really interested in card battlers, especially if there's no text to speech. I mean, like I said, I've become more open to the genre, when I've gotten a couple of iOS games and even played a little Hearthstone in the past. But now I know what this image is. I know what this post is trying to tell me. And yeah, life is good. I can move on. So I've shown you how we can do a screenshot. I've shown you how we can do how to capture an image from a website or the Twitter application, or X as they want to call it. Actually, no, it's the Twitter website. I just use the X, x.com. I'm in Edge, and I was just using x.com, which generally works okay. So now let's do Alt Control K.
Be my eye tab selected 1 of 2 level 1.
And I'm going to have
Open
to
dialog,
find it.
30xx not selected 1. Items view list.
Okay, you're going to
Items
Documents. Let's go
Jesse.
this PC.
Video, this PC row. Items view list.
And
new volume. D.
We'll go
Items view.
there.
Fraps 3 of 8. Items view list. Images 3 of. Items view list. Metroid title wallpaper.jpg.
There we go. So we got an image
Be my
here.
eye is writing a message.
I used to use this as I have some of my wallpapers and a couple pictures and stuff in here.
The image features the word Metroid in large, bold, blue letters with a slight purple shadow effect, giving it a 3D appearance. The background is a starry night sky, suggesting a space theme. The foreground shows a rocky, barren landscape, resembling the surface of a moon or another planet. In the bottom left corner, there is small text that reads Nintendo 1986 and made by logo. December 11, 2016.
Okay. Yeah, that's okay. That's probably, when I grabbed the image. Yeah, it's basically the title screen of the original Metroid, which is still a classic game today. Awesome 8-bit soundtrack. Brinstar is awesome. Kraid's Lair music is awesome. But yeah, so I can, like I said, I'm glad that I can do images, and I'm glad I can do the screens. I'm glad that we can, like I said, I can copy just application key or Shift F10 on an image on a website, and I can have that described. Like I said, it would be really cool to have an image, or it would be cool to be able to just have an option to import a file. I mean, I'm sure it has to support like file types. I don't know what kind of coding or rigmarole has to go into that, but even PDF files would be a great one, because there's an easy way to do it on mobile, because I use VoiceStream all the time, but when I'm on my computer, If I don't have JAWS, I'm just running NVDA. And I'm sure, I'm trying to remember, I know there's probably other ways to do it for free too, but I mean, this would just be a really free and very convenient way for a blind user to be able to basically OCR, and I could get a summary of it. Maybe it could just um, it could give me a summary or describe it. I could ask it questions, but maybe it would just they say dump out the entire text and let me just copy it and paste it somewhere. So yeah, being able to copy and paste the answers that it gives, because again, maybe it gives, maybe I ask it something and um, actually I'm curious now that I think about it. Can I
List.
navigate by
Your image
word
1 of 2.
here?
The image features the
Okay, so I can only up
your
and
image
down
one.
arrow.
The image features the word Metroid in large, bold.
Yeah, I either, I mean, I guess if I wouldn't, I either want to be able to navigate the text in these replies, or like I said, I think it would be just easier to let me copy and paste them into like a notepad document or a Word document or an email, because let's say it gives me something in that result that I want to know how to spell. Well, I can't seem to do my control left and right arrow to read. Now I wonder if I can do my NVDA.
Image, feet, word,
Okay, I can
bold,
do that.
large,
So
in, large, bold, blue, letters, in, Metroid,
Metroid.
M, E, T, R, O, I,
Okay,
T,
so I can do it with
D,
my
I,
object
D.
navigation. So there is that, but I still would like to be able to copy and paste because again, maybe it gives me something cool, something useful, and I want to save it for later permanently. So that would be a good function. That is an overview of what it does. I'm going to do one last thing, and I'm going to go to my Steam,
Pane.
and I am going to just launch this
Escape
zombies
crime scene
game
cleaner play. Steam document. Grid. Clickable play
because you can do
guides.
this in a game. However, the
Escape from Zombie
problem
Town.
is, all right, so I'm going to do Alt Control H.
Be my eyes. Be my eyes. Please wait. Be my eye is writing a message. The image shows the main menu of a game titled Escape from Zombie Town. The menu has the following options: Start settings, bind sound, quit. In the bottom right corner, there is a notification from Steam indicating that you can access the Steam community while playing by pressing Shift plus Tab. There doesn't appear to be anything unusual or problematic in the image.
Okay.
If you need help with any specific settings or options in the
I wonder if I can, let me see. How are the menu
items
arranged?
Please wait. Be my eye is writing a message. The menu items are arranged vertically in a list format. From top to bottom, the items are Start settings, bind sound, quit.
Oh, I did. Wow, I was literally going to ask like the order, and I'm looking at it visually, and even it puts them, it read them all in one thing, but it lists them in print vertically in order. So that was the next question I was going to ask is what is the order of the menu? So again, if you're a blind player, maybe the gameplay audio is really good, but you just can't get into the game because you don't know what the menu layout is, or you want to adjust something. So you can, this is a cool way you can, okay, I go in there. Actually, let me ask it one other question.
What? SMETI. Item is currently highlighted. Please wait. Be my eye is writing a message. The start item is currently highlighted.
Nice. So it could tell. And so I know that I'm in the right spot. What I've learned right now is if I shift tab.
List. Your image 1 of 6. The image shows the main menu of a game. How are the menu items arranged? The menu items are arranged vertically in a list format. From top to bottom, the items are Start settings, bind sound, quit. 4 of 6.
So if I wanted to go to the sound menu, I would know, I could just, now I know what item is highlighted, and I know that start is at the top, and I know how many arrows down the sound menu is. I could find it. And then I could even do a confirmation. So let's say
Escape
I Alt Tab. I don't know if arrow. See, this game's controller is really weird. I don't know if I can arrow down. The controls in this game are kind of borked. Let me see if anything has changed.
Be my eyes. Be my eye. Please wait. Be my eye is writing a message.
So I know.
The image shows the main menu of a game type.
So we're gonna stop. We're gonna say what?
I is. Please wait. Be my eye is writing a
What
message.
item is highlighted?
None of the items in the menu are highlighted. All the options, start, settings,
Oh.
lines, sound, quit, appear in the same style without any indication of being selected or highlighted.
So arrowing just completely deselected because apparently I have to use the mouse in this game to navigate the menu. God forbid I want to use arrow keys or WASD, it being a first-person shooter and all. So I'm going to click on settings, and I'm going to do one more. So now I can do it again. I'll Control H.
Be my eyes. Please wait. Be my eye is writing a message. The image shows a settings menu for a game or application. Here are the current settings: window mode, windowed full screen resolution, 1920x1080 VSync, off max FPS, unlimited FPS anti-aliasing
Okay, so
quality,
it's reading the
epic
values.
view distance, epic post processing, epic shadow quality, epic shading quality.
Heck yeah,
epic. There are two buttons at the top.
Dang
Apply
right,
and
my
exit.
video card's awesome.
Everything seems to be set to high quality, epic, which might be demanding on your system. If you experience performance issues, consider lowering some settings like shadow quality, post-processing, or anti-aliasing quality. Additionally, enabling VSync can help prevent screen tearing if you notice any visual issues.
Okay, now the
Window mode.
funny thing about that is that last bit where it was telling me, oh, everything seems to be set on high, which might degrade performance or whatever it said.
Escape from.
Is that even? I don't even think that's told on the. I don't see any paragraph like that on the screen, so it just inferred that and gave me a hint. And that's really funny because it told me about anti-aliasing and VSync, and those are options that you would typically change if you wanted to gain some frame rate back. Because I don't, like I said, unless I'm, like I said, I'm legally blind, but I have some vision, and I do not see any notification to that effect. And where the Hades is my... Oh, the menus and just the controls in this game are so screwy. So let's do one last funny thing here. I'm just going to go to Start. And I'm just going to say, yeah, we'll just play whatever. Okay, so I'm in the beginning of a chapter here, and I'm just going to do Alt Control H.
Be my eyes. Be my eye. Please wait. Be my eye is writing a message.
It's thinking. It's going, what did you get me into?
There was an error processing your request. Please try again later.
Oh no.
Code 9.
Okay, that's never happened before, but
Escape
let's
from Zombie Town.
give it one more shot.
Be my eyes. Be my eye. Please wait. Be my eye is writing
Maybe
a
it was
message.
just a weird internet fluky thing. But hey man, this is a live recording. This is what happens.
The image appears to be from a first-person perspective in a video game. The player is holding a crowbar, and the health indicator shows 100 in a heart icon. The room has green walls, a tiled floor, and a white ceiling. There are two windows, one with blinds and the other showing a view of another room with various items on the wall. There are also wooden dressers and a table in the room. There doesn't seem to be anything unusual or problematic in the image. If you have any specific questions or need assistance with something in the game, feel free to ask.
So here's the thing. This is all, like, I would bet you within the next year, this is going to get immensely cooler. If you haven't watched the video that I recently did, I don't remember the exact name of it, but I did it like probably within a week and a half, 2 weeks tops as I'm recording this. This is probably going to be a Saturday video. Um, Go back and watch the channel update video I did recently where I demoed, it's talking about AI and Google and Meta and all that stuff. I did a couple or I showed a couple of short video clips that I had seen from early last week where they had um, GPT 4.0 and then they had Google's event. Was that earlier this week or was that I don't know, it's just such a blur. Time, what is time anyway? But in both of them, right now we are hitting a command, it's taking a screenshot or pulling something from the clipboard or, all that stuff, which is great. I mean, like I said, even 6 months ago, this was miraculous. Like, go back and watch my Be My Eyes videos when that came out in like October for everybody. I was blown away. I still am. But look at how far we've come in 6 months. Not even 6 months. But there's these demos of. I even reposted a video I hadn't seen on Twitter the other day where Microsoft had their build thing earlier this week, and they had basically somebody was had the Microsoft Copilot thing running, and they were playing Minecraft, and the AI just chips, so instead of just being like, ask a question, hit enter, a real start stop kind of a thing, take your turn, I speak, you speak, whatever. I would bet you within the next year, two tops, we're going to have a live mode where this thing just sits in the background. And especially, right now I can type text back and forth. I can ask a follow-up question here. But what if I hit a keyboard command to enable the microphone? Just like turning voice chat or turning my mic on off in a Zoom call or a Teams call or whatever. If I could if I could have Be My Eyes on in the background, fire up a game, and I would have two keyboard commands. I would have one for turn live mode on, and another for turn the mic on, turn the mic off, toggle. Right now, you look at the detail that it told me about, it's a first person. Um, I have a crowbar. It told me my health. It didn't mention anything about the lower left, which should tell me about the. Um, Let me do a follow-up question.
What
weapons do I have?
Have.
Because there's little
Please
icons
wait.
on the lower
Be My Eye
left
is writing a message.
that has something to do with like weapons. And I know I have three
You
of
have
them.
the following weapons and items in your inventory: 2 handguns, a crowbar, currently equipped, a grenade or some kind of explosive, an empty slot or possibly a placeholder for another item. If you need help switching weapons or using any of them, let me know.
Right. So this typically games don't list the. Let me alt tab
Escape
back
from.
to the game here. Typically they'll just show like the amount of ammo you have, and they just might have a little icon in the corner. But this one, because I have multiple slots, like I have a pistol, another gun, I have a throwable or a med kit, and then I have my crowbar. But what if I turned on Be My Eyes Live, and then I turned on the microphone, and I could just be talking. I could be playing the game, and it's just monitoring what's happening. And then at any time, I could just say, "What's my health?" And it already knew what the health was, so it could say, "I'm at 56%." And I could say, "Oh, what is that?" Like, say if I look around here, um, I could be like, "What's on that table? What is that on the table?" I mean, this is going to be huge for. I mean, it's going to have a lot of productivity uses as well. like again, I use the example of I get a new computer and they put those stupid virus crap on your Norton or your McAfee, and those uninstall wizards are not screen reader accessible. Well, what if I had the live mode on and I could just talk to it in real time, and I could say, okay, where is my mouse on the screen? And then be like, oh, it's kind of in the middle. And then I could just, in real time, just conversationally, I could say, um, where is the uninstall button in the active window? And then I could just say, it would say, oh, or I could say, where is that uninstall button compared to my mouse? And then it'd say, oh, it's down and to the left a little ways. And then I could just say, okay, I'm going to move my mouse a little bit. Can you let me know as I get closer? Let me know when to stop. When I can left click on the uninstall button. And if you have a live monitoring AI, you just made that. At least it would take some practice for like the sensitivity and whatnot. Um, but
Be my eyes.
it would help make some of those weird frustration tasks easier. But I'm thinking again, a game where I'm having trouble seeing certain things, or maybe there's some visual element that's a puzzle or something, and I can't quite make out something, just to have like a live mode. Um, and you could probably, and this is like I said, I so need to be able to play with this. So be my eyes if you're watching this, and if you have some live, like a beta for like a live thing of exactly what I'm talking about, send me an email. I believe I contacted someone via email fairly recently, and they're like, "Yeah, we'll see if we can get you into a beta." I forget who it was that I contacted, but um, there's so many cool things you could do. Like if I was playing with a controller, or I'm wondering how detailed you could get with this. Like, could you be like, it recognizes I'm in first person, and I'm walking around, and maybe it's like I can't find the stupid door in this out of this room, and I could say, okay, I'm gonna move around this room in first person. Let me know when you see a door, and I'll start turning the camera. I mean, I'm for games that aren't made natively accessible, instead of having to rely on sighted assistance, like having to wait for someone else to be available. Um, Depending on what the latency is, especially if you could download some, like I said, right now it's probably going to the cloud for everything. But if you could add, like, let's say, to save space, like you could download the modules that were interesting to you. Like when Google was talking about it, what did they call them? Um, but basically like like a model, like a task-based model. Like, oh, I want to, like, if I'm doing it on my phone, I would have a travel model. I would have a OCR or a document or education model. I might have a gaming model. But same thing on Be My Eyes for the computer. If I, if they had, if we started training it to, especially when the live thing would come out, if that's going to be a thing, um, having like a productivity, having an education, even splitting education up into like science or statistics or biology or gaming. um, you could, if you could download those models so it wouldn't have to go to the cloud for everything, and you just have that kind of some sort of a local model with some base information of the things that you would do. And I have a feeling that's where the general industry is going. there could be some really interesting potential here. Um, some might watch this video and say it's almost a pipe dream at this point.
Escape.
Um, but look at where
Be
we've
My Eyes.
come in less than 6 months. I mean, I know they've had the beta out like since last summer of Be My Eyes for iOS, but I had access to it in October. And now we have like I was expecting the Windows version of Be My Eyes. We already knew it was coming, but I didn't think we would see that until like the summer conferences at the very least. Maybe we would get a release date on this during the summer blindness conferences, but no. Woke up yesterday to find it in my Twitter feed going, "Oh, it's out today." Sweet. Um and I already know, I think they already they replied to me in a Twitter post. I think it was somebody replied and said, "Yeah, keep your eyes peeled. It's coming." Because I had commented on the real time thing, that the live thing that I'm just been talking about for the last several minutes. And so it's coming. I mean, we already had GPT 4.0 demonstrate it. We already had Google demonstrate it this week. Yeah, are there going to be hallucinations? Probably, more than likely. Are there going to be potential issues? Are there going to, should we definitely be considering privacy and all the other cautionary tales of what we're doing with AI? Absolutely. But I'm seeing so many people on Twitter saying, why is everyone making forcing AI down our throats? There's no practical use for it. Like, everyone is, we have these 3, 4 big companies or whatever, developing and like forcing this AI down our throat. It's something that we never asked for or don't want. Maybe I mean, I don't know how much I'm into like, oh, tell me a story, sing me a song, generate an image. I admit, the other day I did hear somebody. I did play with a like a musical, like you tell it like make a song in this style and about this topic or whatever, and it was amusing. It's entertaining, but the generative stuff has its moments, but I'm not super interested in that per se. But what Be My Eyes and Ira and Envision and Seeing AI, all these assistive tech, all these accessibility uses for AI. I mean, granted, a lot of mainstream people, oh, accessibility, and we get people complaining about that constantly. Well, why do we care about that? I want my thing. No, man, accessibility is important, and I will fight for it. But I mean, what we're doing here with these types of apps, and if we can get into the live monitoring, turn that on and off, turn your mic on and off, so you can converse with it in real time if you have low latency especially. This is going to be huge. I'm going to absolutely use the hell out of this going forward. I mean, I'll use it now, but like I said, if we get the live thing in the nearest future, I mean, I'll do it just to play with it and just to beta test it, and I'll beta test it as a gamer. Yeah, I'll give feedback on it. So yeah, if you're watching this, Be My Eyes, hit me up, hook me up. I would be glad to do some beta testing for future, Windows and iOS, and even if you have like glasses, like a hardware, I'd be glad to do it because that's where it's going, and I'm pretty excited. Now, there's one other thing I want to try just to verify before we go. What I said I was going to, so I'm going to
Exit NVDA dialog.
exit NVDA. I'm going to Alt Tab back to my game window here, and I'm going to do an Alt Control H. It's going to bring up Be My Eyes again. And I don't think we're going to get speech, because right now I think you have to have a screen reader to run it. Yeah, so I see the text, but I can't read it. And so, like I said, If I had a screen reader on, oh, I hate that you can't hit escape to get out of the menu. I hate when games do that. You have to click the mouse. But I'm using WASD to move around because that's just the way first-person shooters work. If I had NVDA on, that's going to... Ooh, wait, how did I miss this before? Hold on. More pistol ammo. Okay. Ooh. Which one do I... Ooh, no, I want that. Ooh, yeah, I want that. If I'm running NVDA, those are going to conflict, and so I wouldn't be able to move around like I am right now. Forward, backward,
The zombies
left,
here
right.
are harmless? Oh, no, no. Armless. They don't have any arms because their arms got replaced with deadly lasers. Can you believe that?
Yeah, anyway, like I said, I'll cover this in a future video, but so when I have NVDA turned off, it would be kind of cool if it would just use whatever Windows or narrator text-to-speech API is built in, and if it could still give me those responses, because that way, I can Alt-Tab back to it, and if I Shift-Tab, like I see it's selected, if I arrow down, it's highlighted, I see the visual changes, but if the application could be self-voicing when I do not have a screen reader running, that would be helpful in cases where gaming, like if for gaming specifically, where I need my keyboard free, where it doesn't take over my letter keys to do stuff, or my arrow keys, because I need those for my game. But if I'm using to jump out and get descriptions, that would be very handy. So this, I said this was going to be a short video, and then I got playing around with this in-game stuff, and I just had this brainstorm of like potential ideas and suggestions, and I figure, you know what? This is partly it's a spotlight, but I know my prior videos, I'm pretty sure that Be My Eyes and other companies that do these apps and things, they watch these types of videos. So I figure, let's give you guys a look at it, and let's give the developers some ideas, because boy howdy, we are on the verge of something really freaking cool. Like I said, just go back and watch that video I did about a week ago or more, where I showed the Google and the GPT-4o stuff, like the demo where the lady is just holding her phone and panning it around the room and asking about, like, oh, do you see anything that produces sound, or do you remember where I left my glasses? And they're like, oh yeah, it's on the table by the apple. To mainstream audiences, it's kind of like, oh wow, whiz bang, cool, whatever. But I immediately saw blind low vision uses for that. So I'm going to shut up. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Download the free Be My Eyes app from the Microsoft Store on Windows. One minor other suggestion, I don't know, there are cases like schools or businesses where they block the Microsoft Store. So I'm wondering if there would be a way to offer a version that would be available through the web, like a web download from your website, because my work computer, my work laptop, the Windows Store is blocked, so I can't put Be My Eyes on it. A friend of mine works at a school district, and they don't have permission to access the Microsoft Store either. So there are cases, education and employment, where for security and whatever other reasons, IT does not allow that. And I think it might be a good idea to offer another version that you can get from your website outside of the store. I mean, I love the store for convenience. But to bring this app to as many people as can use it, I think that would be a good idea for the future, especially as the app grows, adds features, and all that stuff. So I promise that is all this time. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give it a like if you did. If Be My Eyes is watching this, reach out. I would love to chat. I would love to test any Windows software, iOS, any devices you got cooking up, like glasses that are compatible, maybe. Just saying. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give it a like if you did. Follow me on Twitter at BGFH79, twitch.tv/illegally-cited, illegally-cited.com, and right here on YouTube. Until next time, I will chat with everybody again later.